Let us pray. O God, we come together in your name in this Parliament to debate our nation's affairs and pass laws for the betterment and welfare of all Fijians. Guide us in our deliberations and grant us the wisdom to do what is just and fair. We ask you to bless our beloved nation and grant every Fijian peace, prosperity, and equal opportunity. Help us to serve our citizens with honesty. We seek your divine guidance to continue to build a better nation for all Fijians. In your name, to you all, to observe a minute of silence in remembrance of the late Honorable Speaker, Dr. Chico Fatafehi Luveni. In accordance with Standing Order 17, Subclause 3, I will now resume my seat in the
I now call for nominations for the Speaker of the Parliament.
Thank you, Madam. I move that Ratu Epeli Nailatikau do take the chair of Parliament as Speaker. Thank you.
Raj to give a brief account of the nominee's credentials.
Thank you, Madam SG. Honourable Prime Minister, Honourable Leader of Opposition, Honourable Cabinet, good morning to you all. I have much pleasure to introduce my nominee, Ratu Epeli Nailatikau. His career started in 1962 when he joined the Royal Fiji Military Forces. Ratu Epeli Nailatikau was the President of Republic of Fiji from 2009 to 2015. His first appointment was from 12 November 2012 to 11 November 2015. From 2001 to 2006, he served as a Speaker of the House of Representatives. He was also Minister and Minister for Fijian Affairs from July 2000 to September 2001. He was appointed Minister for Foreign Affairs and External Trade, after which he served as Minister for Indigenous Affairs, Provincial Development in Diplomatic Services. On 14 June 2015, Ratu Epeli Nailatikau was a spokesperson, and in October 2004 chaired the first conference in Pacific, who has extensive knowledge and hands-on experience on the working of the civil service and the role of the government and stake needed in outreaching and interfacing with people of this country. I move that...
Further nominations?
Madam Secretary General, Wanganika do take the chair of Parliament as Speaker.
Is there a seconder? A brief account of the nominee's credentials.
Madam Secretary General, the Honourable Prime Minister, it is my pleasure to outline the credentials of our nominee, Tanya Ki, in the island paradise of Kandavu. And her mother is from the Chief Liver in Australia in 1993, and she was admitted to the New South the Attorney General's Chambers. She worked at the Fiji Revenue and Customs Services and also the Suva City Council as a legal officer, and where she ended at the Fiji Television. And now she's operating her own law firm called Wanganika Law, and she's also a former council member of the Fiji Law Society. Madam Secretary General, those are the credentials I submit on behalf of our nominee, Ms. Tanya Marion Wanganika.
Thank you, Honourable Member. Are there any further nominations? Since there is more than one nomination, Honourable Members shall proceed with the casting of votes by secret ballot. And I now call on those who wish to vote for on the ballot paper and fold it so that the name written on it cannot be seen. sitting at the table. Honourable members, pursuant to Standing Order 17, subclause The result of the vote are as follows. Ratu Epeli Nailatikau, 30 votes, as Speaker of the Parliament of the Republic of Fiji. And pursuant to Standing Order 17, Subclause 11, the ballot papers I now call upon the two members of the government of allegiance and of office. For the administration of oath for the Speaker of the Fiji Parliament.
I, Epeli Nailatikau, swear that I will be faithful and bear true, observe, uphold, and maintain the Constitution of the Republic of Fiji. Nailatikau, swear that as the Speaker of Parliament, observe, uphold, and maintain the Constitution of Fiji, of the Republic, promise that I will defend the rule of law and the rights of the people without fear, favor, or prejudice, in accordance with the Constitution of the Republic. Please. Honorable Leader of the Opposition, Honorable Ministers and Assistant Ministers of Fiji. As your elected Speaker, first and foremost, sincerely thank the Honorable Prime Minister and the Honorable Members of Parliament for the trust, the honor and privilege of election, and I am keenly aware of the obligations into which I now enter. I follow in the path now set the standard for all those who will follow. And good temperament. I shall endeavor responsibility I do not take lightly, and I will, to the best of my ability. The Speaker does not represent a political party, or that the Speaker is appointed by the Fijian people, represented through you, serve the Fijian people. As Speaker, my role leaders and decision makers. In other words, honorable members, the people of Fiji have our great importance of great standing orders to ensure public trust, confidence. I encourage this Parliament to embrace collegiality that promote unity and advance the common good for our nation and our transformation as we continue on the trajectory to serving in this role as Speaker and to working with you all. Let me just say something about that you can fully understand it and others can fully understand it. First occasion, when I was asked, I did not even know that was to be sworn in as the senator and I happened to be, we were there in the old Parliament. I could see the Prime Minister know what it was for. Then, Mrs. Ngarase, who was seated in the VIP gallery. And on speaking to her, the last one to arrive, we are looking for Ratu Epeli. And he said, oh, he's over there. Oh, in the front. So Nailatikau was order paper. But I didn't have time. And the first item on the said, I propose Ratu Epeli Nailatikau. That was the first time. Easy process to go through. You don't know what you have to do. On this occasion, some 2 weeks ago, and then he gave me a final briefing to await the decision of the House. So I look forward to working with you all. Honorable, this will be the first time for me, as your Speaker, to preside over the proceedings, PM, to allow the Secretariat to brief me at the big committee room now. Lunch for all honourable members and the House is now suspended until 2:30.